Hey, thanks for joining me. Travis from Knife Joker. Tonight, looking at with just one Spyderco, a new model, new version of an old model, the Sage 1. Being that Sage 1 Maxamet. Here it is in gray. And well, it doesn't say it here on the box, but they've said in the description, cool gray. Sage 1, cool gray. Maxamet. Well, I mean, just before I pull the knife out, yeah, it does tell you about how, well, this high performance steel will rust. Well, it doesn't say will, it says can rust. Just take care of it. Super steel. And of course, Spyderco has the brochure telling you, well, about Maxamet steel being the steel that, well, normally, before it's in knives, the steel they make steel with, really hard steel. So yeah, a lot of people don't work with Maxamet. Spyderco has. Not the easiest steel to work with. It's so hard, I suppose. Not the easiest steel to grind, I don't think. Not the easiest steel to sharpen, but man, does it hold the edge. So here it comes. Cool gray. Let's see what this cool gray looks like. I like the name. It made me laugh when I first saw it though. That little bag in there. Make sure it doesn't rust away just in shipping. And here it is. Pretty cool. Actually, I mean, the Sage in itself is cool to me. Well, yeah, pretty darn cool to me. Oh, look at that Tai Chung centering right out of the box there. Right in the middle. Wire clip. G10. It's funny. Some people have said, what's only G10? Well, I mean, it's not a Sage 2, so I don't know why they would say only G10, because the Sage 2 was the titanium Sage. And of course, if they would, seems like they always say something, you know, if it was FRN, they'd say only FRN. You step up to G10 and say only G10. If it was titanium, well, I don't know, would they say it's only titanium without a steel insert, maybe? They'd say no. Guess there's always something to complain about. I was just saying, I do like that Sage just right out the gate. The symmetry of that leaf blade. It's the Sage. Get that 3-inch blade, we know it's a 3-inch blade. One thing about that Sage writing, it's just so symmetrical. Look at that Spyderco Maxamet. Oh, it looks pretty awesome. Of course, I'm a Spyderco fan, fiend, or whatever. Seen a lot of Spyderco markings through the years, and well, Spyderco people are funny. They save the paperwork in the box and know all the writing, but once again, that's something I love about the Sage series, just so symmetrical. And then Maxamet, it's like a symmetrical word. It just looks great on there. Makes me laugh. It's pretty cool. What it is. That satin grind there on the blade. Check out this backside. You see, designed by Sal Glesser. Made it, like I stated already, in Taichung, Taiwan. Only G10. Only a wire clip. Only Maxamet. And it's only a liner lock. Of course, it has to be a liner lock. It is the Sage 1, which is showing off that Michael Walker liner lock, just Sage series, showing off all the different locks. Yeah, I know a lot of people didn't expect another Sage 1 to come, but Spyderco did probably a good decision. That Maxamet steel is pretty awesome. I mean, it holds edge forever, and I can touch it up. I haven't gone for a full sharpening, but not too bad to touch up. I mean, in all reality, I have better luck touching it up than I do S110V. Seems harder to touch up even though it doesn't hold the edges long. What am I looking at here? Well, I'm trying to get a shot of the consistency of this edge. Let's see if we can get a shot of the edge. Super consistent on the width of that sharpening. Tai Chung did a real nice job with that. I noticed it right out, as soon as I pulled it out. That small bevel, a super consistent bevel. Oh, I haven't tried to shave with it or anything, but hopefully that shaving sharp Spyderco is pretty good at that. I see that writing on the back to nitpick this writing. Let's see. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. A little smaller font on the back, but still nicely consistent. As you can see, they did that satin grind on this Maxamet, and boy, it really shows. Some people love it, some people hate it. Well, I haven't heard a couple of people say lately they're tired of the satin grind. I like the satin grind truly, but we're gonna nitpick it. Maybe there's a couple grind lines that are deeper than others, or some stick out more than others. Could possibly irritate you, I suppose, if it's an inconsistent satin grind. I haven't found each and every little grind line that would bother me, but there are some deep grind lines that will show up in certain lights, and when you're using the knife, I doubt you're going to notice them. Of course, sitting here staring at it, super analyzing it, playing around with it, nitpicking the knife. Yeah, you might say, oh, well, gee, I wish that one grind line wasn't so bright, is more consistent with the others. That's the only thing that kind of stood out to me initially. Otherwise, yeah, I like the Sage 1 personally. The leaf blade, the 3-inch blade. How good it is in hand there. Well, there's a large size hand. It is a hair short, unless you use the choil. You see that Sage 1. If you're new to the Sage series, just a little short on the handle, unless you choke up. It does have pretty beefy spine there. Not so much of a hair tip. I think it's a stronger tip probably than the PM2 or Pair 3. It looks to be a little beefier right there on the tip. What I'm wondering now is, why is this cool gray? Let's check. I'm gonna see if this PM2 is not cool gray. Let's check it out. I don't want to cut myself. This is probably hair shaving Maxamet. Let's check out this PM2 Maxamet right next to this. Oh, it's horrible lighting. Well, not too bad. There we go. I'm gonna zoom in on this. Try to get these side by side. It's a hair different. I guess is the uncool gray of this PM2. I don't know if it's showing up on the camera. It's pretty hard to tell with my eye, I'll tell you that much. Let's reverse them. We'll put the Sage on the bottom and the PM2 on top. Yeah, the uncool gray of the PM2 there still looks pretty darn cool. I don't know. There's technically a difference. But somehow, they didn't say cool gray PM2. They just said that on the Sage. I don't think You have to say anything extra actually to sell a PM2. It's a pretty popular knife. You just say PM2 with Maxamet, and then, I mean, people want it. It's a great knife. Another thing you'll notice is, I mean, most of the Maxamet that's been done is that stonewash, if I could get a shot of it. Like yellow lighting, white lighting, blue lighting. But if I get a shot of this stonewash on the Maxamet, which is, I thought, kind of like Spyderco was going to do that on. I think they did it on a pair of 3. Well, here's a Mannix, a non-cool gray Mannix, and it's got that stonewash. There's a decent shot of it there for a second. And I think they did it on, I thought they did that, geez, on all the Maxamets. Could be wrong. I don't have the native sitting right here. Oh, I should have brought the native. I swear. Stonewash. But then here we go with the Satin grind. Of course, these are coming out of Taichung in Colorado. Natives out of Colorado. Maybe that's what it is. The pair of 3s out of Colorado. So maybe Colorado's doing Stonewash Maxamet, and now Taichung will do Satin Maxamet. But it did strike me. It's the only thing that struck me is, oh wow, Satin grind. And I saw a couple on. Yeah, you see that one line there. It might bother some people. I mean, I know I had some people say they don't want to see that, and others, man, they love it. It's a nice grind. I mean, look at that. You don't nitpick it. You just look at that in the light. Pretty spectacular. So there it is. I'm going to get a little measurement on this. Not that we need it. We know. Well, if you know the Sage series. Sage series, 3-inch blades. All of them. It's 3-inch, of course, right from the hilt. That's what I did want to show. From the choil. You're looking at about a little under, maybe probably 2.7. Somewhere in that range. Hey, get a weight. See what this Just G10 Sage weighs here. 3.35, 3-inch blade. I mean, it's a great carry. Probably hold the edge for a month or two, or just depends on how much you use it. I mean, it's gonna hold the edge. Doesn't. Steel that makes steel. And now it's in your knife. And if you haven't experienced the Maxamet, it's something to try out. A big criticism of it. God, why is that so expensive? And it is. I think the steel costs a little more, but I also think grinding it eats up your grinding wheels. Could be wrong, but I think that's part of the cost right there. The manufacturing cost itself. The time it takes to grind one of these blades. I think you wear your grinding wheel out a little faster, something like that. But is it worth it? You tell me. You can tell me in the comments there. Maxamet Satin. Maxamet Cool Gray. The cool one. Put out these only semi-cool knives next to it. Thanks for joining me here at the Knife Joker. And we'll see you next time.